Don't text, I send something stupid again. Wake up in the morning just to do it again. I'ma do it again.
I want to show you pretty much what this storyline is with Arcia. It's been all over baseball. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Like you said, you haven't, so I'll show you this. This is a tweet from Jake Mintz, who I learned is one half of a Twitter account called Cespedes Barbecue. Pretty funny baseball Twitter account. A lot of people follow it. He's also now, I guess, a reporter for Fox Sports. I'm not sure. But he tweeted this after Game 1. Remember that play we watched? Mm-hmm. Bryce Harper got doubled up? He tweeted this after Game 2 and the game that Atlanta won. Shortstop Orlando Arcia cackled emphatically about Harper's misfortune, bellowing, "Ha ha, attaboy Harper," repeatedly as reporters circled the room.
Okay.
So he reports that.
Oh, is this that stuff all about how the locker room is sacred or whatever?
We'll get
and then
there. So you know it.
Babe, it's not sacred.
We'll get there. Save that thought. So
have you been in everyone's been in a locker room.
Yeah.
And it ain't sacred is not the word I would use.
We'll get there. But that's what was reported, and obviously baseball runs with it because it's like finally something juicy, a little beef going on. Maybe
got some chatter,
little chirping
back and forth. Yeah.
Now obviously Arcia said it in his clubhouse and not like on the field as it happened, like chirping him. So there was like nothing like that. It was kind of like just him having a fun time in the clubhouse with his fellas. But obviously it got reported out by Jake Mintz, and going into Game 3 in Philly, now you're at Harper's house. Mm-hmm. Harper put on a show, as in like a, hey, fuck you, pal. And I wanted to bring up these 2 home runs, and we'll watch them. Yeah. This is how Harper responds.
Stays put, and there's a high fly ball, deep right field. Harper watches it fly.
This is an absolute beast, and the Philly crowd is going.
Oh well,
berserk.
yeah. I mean, that's the Philly crowd for anything.
It's been one of the best stories in baseball. I think is just how much this team loves Philadelphia and their fan base, and how much their fan base loves them back.
Yeah,
it's kind of like every single one of these people in the crowd are Swifties, and that team is Taylor Swift. And if you think one home run was like he answered, attaboy Harper, he answered. No, he literally hit a second one later in the game. And I wanted you to point it out too. Each time he hits a home run, watch this. Also note the score. The Phillies are absolutely
destroying. Yeah.
Watch this though. Arcia plays second base or shortstop as he's rounding second. He stares that man down. So both times he did it too. Both times he did it.
Bryce Harper's kind of a daddy too.
You think so?
Yeah. Look at that man.
I guess. I mean, he's a stud.
I
see him in a different light.
I was gonna say it's easy to look good when you've just hit 2 bombs, but also
I think I would look pretty sweet if I hit 2 bombs and was staring down the shortstop.
No comment. But yeah, this is funny.
And and obviously those bombs gave way to a sweet photo. Bryce Harper staring down Arcia, and
yeah, come on, that man is hot.
Yeah.
This is a great photo of him. I would hang this. I would hang this in my house if I were.
I guess bro does look like a
that
gladiator.
Guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a freaking professional athlete. He's an absolute stud. If you want to see the stare down again, this is like baseball news everywhere. This is another video of the stare down happening. Again, they're just constantly. Look, I mean, he's like, hey, he's telling him there, hey,
Well, and you know what's crazy about this whole thing? Oh no, I'm thinking of another play. It wasn't Harper Harper was the hit and run, right?
That was Orioles Rangers.
Okay.
That was with Aaron Hicks that was a different situation.
Okay, yeah, because
this was him getting doubled up. Arcia saying in his
right, but that was because he had different situation. Okay, because I was gonna say there was that one guy who was just being a good teammate. And so if someone talks shit on me for not throwing my teammate under the bus, that'd be a different story.
Completely, totally opposite. It's another player on a different team kind of chirping at him with his clubhouse, but it got reported and Harper found out about it.
Yeah, so no, I'm going to stare you down. That's funny.
Yeah, and it was hey, I'm going to hit 2 bombs the next game, and then as I'm rounding the bases, I'm going to stare at you to let you know that I heard you.
And then we're going to fight.
And I'm rounding the bases, so hey, are you going to say attaboy now? It's kind of like a rallying cry for Philly now. So Arcia's comments get reported on in the clubhouse, and a reporter talks about it.
Right.
Harper responds with 2 home runs, and the Phillies whooped them.
So what did Harper say in the clubhouse? Because if this was middle school girl stuff, then Harper would wait for reporters to walk around and be haha, attaboy, like say some other shit.
When Arcia came into the clubhouse the next day, there was a note from Harper.
Oh, was there?
No.
Oh.
But that'd be like a high school.
No, I'm just saying, like, Mean Girls, just say something else in front of the reporter. You never actually talk to each other. You just keep saying
it's like,
shit.
Well, tell him, I said.
Yeah. Well, I think that he looked fat.
Tell him while I was passing second, I was staring at him because he looked ugly. And I
yeah,
didn't know who
because he looked fat in those pants.
Yeah, that man stunk.
What?
He was stinky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but this was, they asked Arcia after the game, like, hey, you know, how do you feel about this getting out, being reported? He says, you know, they asked
bullshit.
No,
sorry, I read ahead.
Yeah, no, he wasn't supposed to hear it. That's why we were saying it in the clubhouse.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I don't think he's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I don't think he's bullshit.
You're aware
when reporters
are there. I work in media.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what?
You're not unaware that I mean, I can see, like, don't get me wrong, okay, emotions run high. Yes, there are going to be moments where you're not aware that a reporter's there. It's even happened to me that I'm not aware, like, for whatever reason, something's going on, and
this
like, you are a reporter, and I, like, forget you're next to me because there's, like, something going on really important in front of me.
I think reporters stick out like a sore thumb in a major league clubhouse.
Well, so that's what
I don't think there's any gladiators like Bryce Harper just, like, taking notes.
It's an important game, but also, like, we're not into the World Series yet. We're not at.
Well, you got to think, this is baseball media reporters covering baseball. It is playoffs. There's a lot.
That's true.
It's not.
But what I'm saying is,
CNN's not sending like.
But what I'm saying is, like, for the clubhouse, it's not like they're popping bottles of champagne after every game at this point.
Yeah,
like,
you're right,
it's still a regular. It's not regular. It's postseason. It's important, but also different levels here. So I say bullshit. Like, and you said it multiple times, allegedly. So you wanted it to be heard, is what I'm hearing. Like, bro, you know what? Man up. If it were me and it was heard, I wouldn't come with this baby shit. I'd be like, you know what? Attaboy, and I would tell him now, attaboy Harper. That's all I would say. Like, man up and own that.
I agree. If someone asked me, like, hey, what, I'd just been like, look, I said it. It is what it is. Like, and hey, he got it.
Attaboy, exactly. Like, he did it. He did it this time.
Hopefully, I'll say attaboy Phillies when we're shaking hands in Atlanta in a couple of days. You know, like, like, hopefully we forget about this when we beat them and come back and beat them. Like, if you don't want him to stare you down and be mad at your comments, then beat him.
But also, don't be the guy who's like, well,
he wasn't supposed. I didn't know he was.
I didn't know that everyone was listening. Like,
yeah, no, it's like,
sir, come on, you're a grown adult.
So that was Arcia's comments. These are Travis d'Arnaud's comments. Travis d'Arnaud is the catcher for the Braves. And this, when he was asked about the situation, this is what he had to say.
The clubhouse is a sanctuary, and I think when things like that get out, it doesn't make people want to talk to the media at all. It affects the people who have been great to us all year, and it is what it is.
So that's him expressing, you know, hey, the clubhouse, and I understand it. Players are saying, hey, the clubhouse is like our spot. We should be able to.
Then don't let reporters in. That's my thing. Look, this is the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Reporters do come into locker rooms for pretty much all sports.
Yeah.
Like, if it was this sanctuary, this sacred space, this honored...
You wouldn't be allowed in.
You wouldn't come in. Exactly. And so if they are going to be in, and you know what? They're not there the whole time. There's a moment when they're there, and then they leave.
Exactly.
So, like, don't... I hear he looks very sad and
he also just got his ass whooped.
Adorable. So yeah,
former Rays legend Travis d'Arnaud.
So I don't want to be like too mean to him, but on the on the off chance or on the other hand, it's like, dude, you know they're there. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
No, I get it. I understand.
There's been interviews with guys in like full ass jock straps.
Yeah.
But this is the sacredness? Like, come on, man. Like, and like I said, it's up to the other guy to stand by his comments. If that's what you said, then that's what you said.
I wouldn't mind that even getting out, honestly. He's like, yeah, I said attaboy Harper. He got doubled up. You know the Braves stance from where they stand. Like, hey, this was in the clubhouse. We said it in our house. You know, what's in the clubhouse. Sacred space. Yeah, their sanctuary, right? their chapel. You know, what is said in the chapel stays in the chapel. You know, what you see here stays here, that kind of thing. This is Alana Rizzo giving her take on MLB Network. She did apologize for these comments. And this is what Alana had to say on the topic.
And it's making it worse for the people that are there every single day covering this team on a daily basis, and then some jack-off comes in at the end of the season that gets a credential, God only knows why, and the clubhouse is a sacred space.
So
Okay.
there was a lot more she said too, but it was along
But
those lines.
this is the gist of it.
Yes, pretty much saying like, look, it's not like she was ripping him.
It sounds like it, yeah.
She was very.
She seems pissed.
It seems personal, and she was
Yeah.
mad. And she said, "Hey, look, like there's reporters that cover the team 24/7.
Yep.
When playoffs happen, these scrubs, jack-offs, like she said,
Yeah.
get media credentials, and then they just go in and they ruin it for everyone else because, like, I guess she was referencing the player-journalist relationship.
Right. That's what I'm talking about
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you heard her. She was like,
So she ended up apologizing for this.
she did. Yeah, she did.
And what was her apology?
It was just kind of like, hey, look at like, I honestly, I don't want to speak for her. I didn't have her.
Paraphrase it. Like
It was
what
kinda
the
like,
general
look,
idea.
Hey, look, I'm sorry for calling you a jack off. You were doing your job, and turns out Jake Mintz, who reported it,
He's a Fox reporter.
he was with Fox. He's a part of the Baseball Writers Association. So he's not some jack off. He's not some jack off.
Yeah.
And he's part of Cespedes Barbecue. I mean, he's worked and done great work to get where he is.
Mhm.
It's not like he just got a media credential because of nothing.
And when you let a reporter into your space, you're aware
Yeah.
that that's their job.
Yeah,
Like,
that they're going, like, anything you
what are
say.
you talking about?
And that's another thing they were talking about on the record or off the record. Like,
Right.
you got to understand, like, when a reporter's there,
You're on the record.
what just happened?
Sorry. Technical difficulties. When a reporter is there, you are on the record. Even if you say you're off the record, you are still
You
on
gotta
the
know.
record.
Exactly.
And you need to be very careful.
And I think I agree with, like, this, Alana Rizzo type, like, went to school for it probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
know.
But, like,
She's
major
obviously
network,
worked really hard to
Yeah.
be on a major network talking about
Like,
baseball.
That's probably where
very
a lot
hard.
of this comes from, is
Yeah.
from her own hard work and getting to where she's at.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy who's, Jake Mintz, who's gotten there in a different way. But her comments, she apologized for him, and it did come off as kind of like just a little bit of like a place of like entitlement. Like, who are you to be screwing with the way we do things?
I won't give her that, but I will say it does feel like very
Crybaby.
inside baseball. Like, this is our stuff, and you're an outsider. You don't get to come in and do
Yeah.
this. And I think the other part of it is, like, as a reporter, it can be, I feel like a lot of these reporters that cover the same topics, you get really personally attached to the thing. So I'm sure Alana Rizzo is very, like, personally attached to teams and, like, would defend them and stuff because she's got a relationship with these guys.
So just closing on this, what my take is, look, the guy is a reporter in the locker room. The players know you're in the locker room. He's going to do his job. He did his job, and it was good for baseball.
It
So
was.
why would we reprimand this guy or give him any kind of crap for doing his job and doing a good service to the sport?
This is the stuff you want.
It's juicy, baby.
This is what you want.
This is juicy.
And also, again,
I want to hear Arcia talk shit about
I was
Harper all the time. I want to
was
see
just
other
gonna
players
say,
talk shit more.
that's why if I'm advising Arcia, I'm not telling him to walk that back. I'm not doing this whole sanctuary thing. I'm saying, yes, we said that. Yeah, you heard it. And you know what? I'll say it again.
I'm going to stand on business.
And I'm going to stand on
I'm
that.
going to stand on business.
I said it with my chest.
Yeah.
In the locker
And
room.
when we beat you, I'm going to say it again.
Right. And if we lose, well, then good job.
I'm going to Cancun and golfing. So we've been talking about how the clubhouse is a sanctuary, a
Right.
sacred place of Zen, where only the players go, where they meditate and do yoga.
Yeah.
I thought this was funny. The Phillies, after they beat the Braves, this tweet says, the clubhouse is a sanctuary. And it shows the clubhouse.
That's the thing is, like, we've all seen
A sanctuary,
Right.
yeah, buddy.
And you know what?
It's a glorified frat house.
Well, and the reason I'm not going to say that because
Baseball
a lot of
team.
work happens in there, I'm sure. But what my point is, like, we see these images because why?
There's reporters.
Because there are reporters in the clubhouse. Like, what are we
But it's
talking
sacred. It's
about?
sacred. It's sacred, buddy.
I don't know, man. This like full Bud Light suit of armor he's got on, like, totally.
With the overalls, it's a good look.
It's religious,
It's a good look.
obviously. It's a sanctuary.
Well, just continuing. That was
Drunk text, I saying something stupid again. Wake up in the morning just to do it again. I'ma do it again. Drunk text, I saying something stupid again. Wake up in the morning just to do it again. I missed my shot, yeah, I blew it again. I'm going through it again, yeah. Drunk text, I sent